I hate numbers. Okay, that's a bit harsh. Me and numbers get along most of the time. I think it's cool when they're used to make sure bridges don't collapse, or when they put people on the moon. But notice how those are two things that actually need numbers. Mess up a variable or two and you go from an amazing feat in engineering to catastrophic disaster. Numbers are meant to be objective. It's why when I step on a scale, I objectively know I can shed a few pounds. You know what doesn't need numbers though? Video game reviews. To whoever had the wise idea of using numbers in their critiques of art, I want you to know that I am pissed off. You somehow looked at the most soulful way humans can express themselves and decided to introduce the most soulless method of observation. It doesn't even make sense. Between graphics, story, gameplay, and sound design, there is no way you're going to find an adequate or respectful way of capturing all of these elements within one simple value. Take, for instance, that Dragon Cancer, a 2016 autobiographical narrative-driven game developed by Ryan and Amy Green, who recount their time spent raising their son Joel as he battled and eventually lost his fight with cancer. While common in most other mediums of art, it is very rare to see a game developer make themselves so vulnerable, even going as far as including actual audio from their home videos in the game. One segment in particular stands out, in which the player takes control of Ryan as he attempts to comfort his son. Unfortunately, there is nothing neither the player nor Ryan can do to ease Joel's pain, leaving the player completely helpless in the situation. Ryan cited this event as what inspired him to make the game, describing it as if he were playing a video game where all the controls were broken. It is important we don't overlook the medium the Greens are utilizing here. Often, we forget the amount of effort and dedication that goes into creating video games. We are talking hundreds upon thousands of hours spent revisiting and recreating the most trying period of their lives, painstakingly making sure each level is designed and functioning properly, even if it means having to endure listening to their son crying, just to make sure an audio file plays at the proper cue. All of this in order to ensure their story is conveyed properly. The end result is a truly moving tribute that is a testament to the resiliency of the human spirit in the face of imminent loss. I can't even fathom the idea of assigning a number to such a personal and moving experience. 8 out of 10, IGN. God damn. Listen, this isn't the author's fault. First off, an 8 is a great score, and I'm not saying you can't critique something because it's too personal of a story. As much as I love that Dragon Cancer, it's not the easiest to recommend. Not just because of the subject material, which can be overwhelming, but also because the actual game segments are, to put it lightly, not very intuitive. Of course, it's not like it was the reviewer's idea to give it a score either. This is IGN we're talking about. In all likelihood, she was contractually obligated to slap a number at the end, regardless of how she felt. However, that's where I have an issue. These critiques don't need a number. In fact, they are worse off for it. Why bother listening to what they have to say when one can just look at the bright, shiny number that was used to encapsulate all their thoughts? And that's what really sucks about all of this. Not only is it a disservice to the game being critiqued, but also to the critique itself. It is much easier to attack a number than the actual points being made. If I took a shot for every comment under a review that asked why one game was rated higher than another, I would have to have my stomach pumped within 2 scrolls of the mouse wheel. But it's not like we can blame them either. People are naturally going to be drawn to these numbers. It gives the impression that this review is objective, bereft of any personal biases or favoritism. And that's why I hate it so much. We have become so focused on finding a correct assessment for everything around us that we neglect the beauty that lies in the unknown and the intangible. That raw emotional response that cannot be explained with ones and zeros. The saddest part is that we are willingly doing this to ourselves, choosing to limit our own experiences in the name of objectivity. I think that's why a lot of people struggle to find meaning in life. In this desperate search, they have sought comfort in the familiarity that exists within the quantifiable. But such an approach to life is, in my opinion, rather shallow and lacking, devoid of the depth that makes life so rich and beautiful. For it is only when we embrace the full spectrum of life's complexities that we can truly begin to understand and find peace in a world that is often overwhelming and chaotic. I can only hope it's not too late for us to open our hearts and minds to the beauty that lies beyond numbers. That is why I give the collective human experience a 2.5 out of 5.